It must be hard when even your parents hate you. That's Obamacare, a law so bad that even those hired to run it are running from it like it's a mosquito with herpes. The IRS employee union, who will force you to comply to this law, wants its members to tell their congressmen that they'd prefer their federal plan, not Obamacare. So when thousands of workers whose job it is to force you to buy something you don't want are rebelling against being forced to buy something they don't want, you got to laugh or possibly shoot yourself. This news comes as the president boasts that reporters tell him, they tell him that his ideas are really cool.
It's interesting, in the run-up to this speech, a lot of reporters say that, well, Mr. President, these are all good ideas, but some of them you've said before, some of them sound great, but you can't get those through Congress. Republicans won't agree with you.
Now, do you finally get it? Do you see the nexus of control and power before you? How Obamacare came to fruition when no one, including its enforcers, even wanted it? Because the reporters did. There you go, America. The reason for every single bad idea ever, from crippling pensions to pointless programs that spread dependency like a spine-sapping syphilis. It oozes right from the media academic complex, the spawning ground of reporters, professors, and left-wing presidents who share the same assumptions about your idiocy and their superiority. It's one big slop bucket, and we get a ladle of it every day. You wonder how things we hate just suddenly spring up out of nowhere? Obamacare? Global warming, arugula. Obama just pulled the curtain back and showed you who pulls the levers. It's the liberal reporter and the politician who coddles him. I'd say they deserve each other, but they take that as a compliment.
Syphilis?
Yes, it's spreading like syphilis. Eric, why? Do you think this is why Obama is so disappointed so often? Because he mistakes the will of reporters for the will of America?
He really has it. He has it great. I mean, he can literally, these scandals are, no one raises their hand and said, what about Benghazi, Mr. President? What about the IRS scandal, Mr. President? What about the NSA snooping scandal, Mr. President? They go, really? 35 years ago, maybe you could have been Trayvon Martin.
Yeah.
And they buy into these rabbits. They go chasing the rabbits because he sends them out, and we all go, well, they all do. Fortunately for us, we stay on some of them.
Yeah. We choke the rabbit. As
What?
I don't even know what that meant. Andrea.
We're not talking about Anthony Weiner
Anthony Weiner does not choke rabbits yet. Those who enforce the law actually are getting out of having the law enforced on them.
Yes.
That's ridiculous.
And this is why people should be furious. It's not just the people that will enforce the law that now want to opt out. It's the Democratic power base that pushed from day one to get into this deal, like the big labor unions, to protect their big, vast, cushy health care plans. And then they asked for a carve-out for themselves. So they mandated a law that we all have to face now that's going to drive 1/3 of our economy into the ground. And then they exempt themselves from it. People should be absolutely furious about what the unions did with this bill. This is no surprise, though. They don't like it, even the people that are supposed to enforce the darn thing.
Bob?
I'm trying to get this driving 1/3 of the economy into the ground through my head, but these labor unions are doing something it's in their history. They're now negotiating to get an extension on their carve-outs, as are everybody else has an extension on their carve-outs. The same thing with Hoffa. This is a classic labor move, and these are the same people that sat around the table and endorsed Obamacare.
If it's so great, why would they need a carve-out?
Because they don't want to have to give up what their members have, which is a platinum.
Oh,
Did they have really bad analysts and lobbyists initially?
I think they knew it. They wanted to embrace Obama, and they figured out they could get a way out of it.
It's a political
It's
payback.
a political deal. Of course it is. What do you think most
But this is what's weird to me. The IRS, how many agents did they say they had to hire to do this? 12 to 16,000 more agents.
Yeah.
But all of those agents will be then a member of the union. So the union actually will end up making money, right, for the union activities. And as we saw with the IRS scandal, 98% of donations go to Democrats from the union. So I actually think they felt they had to do this letter like all the other unions.
If Obama, Andrea, of course, she knows a lot about this. If Obamacare went away tomorrow, do you think the insurance premiums would continue to go up?
Not as much, no. But we do agree that it's a problem. But there's an easy way to solve this problem, and you don't have to get into it. You make insurance companies compete over state lines. That's a very easy way to do it.
Like with Geico.
Hey Bob, do you know
car insurance?
I think I read this, and correct me if I'm wrong, Andrew, you read up on a lot of this. I think the CBO said in 10 years, there's still going to be 30 million people without health.
31.
Correct.
31 million. So what are we doing here?
Well, remember now we're going to grow 50 million people by that time. We'll have that many more people in the country.
Because we'll have more illegal immigrants?
No, it's not that. It's the birth rate among immigrants.
And none of those people would have gotten their own health care over that period of time.
Well, most of those will be children of illegal immigrants who are coming in.
No, they're not going to be most of them. Can I tell you something to watch?
Sure.
Remember a couple of months ago we did a story about how there was an idea floated for congressional staff people to not have to be part of Obamacare, and that was squashed right away, and they said, okay, we're not going to do that. I don't know. I've got word that they're trying to do it.
Nobody has better health care than Washington, D.C.
Here's what, so far what's going down is leadership gets their own Cadillac plan. It doesn't have to be on Obamacare. You know, the Boehners, the Pelosi's and whatnot. But everyone else, all the regular
and the other members are starting to worry because they have their staff is starting to leave.
I agree with Dana. They're going to try and get themselves out of it. All the people that pushed for it and voted for it don't like it. They have celebrities shilling for it. The celebrities won't have anything to do with it. I mean, Bob, it's so hypocritical.
Don't you understand
and
that Washington people carve out the best deals for themselves?
That's the point.
That's why they got.
The great thing is they're not going to be able
what they want, and they're going to keep.
But then we pay, though, Bob. That's
I understand that it's terrible, but it's politics.
I don't think they're going to get away with it this time.
Yeah, I think this could be the straw that breaks the
president's
Widget's head.
Lamar was
the rabbit.
The simplest strain Democrat.
If we called it, if they have the Cadillac of plans, we need a car metaphor for Obamacare. What is it? If that's
the Nova.
The Nova?
the Pacer.
I was just going to say the Pacer.
The Pacer.
How about the Edsel?
That wasn't
The Edsel's good. The Edsel's good. What's the one that blew up? The Corvair? No.
The one that made Ralph Nader. It was a Corvair. Yeah.
It was an Audi that used to go through
Yeah.
through your garage.
Yeah, that's true. It's the Audi care.